And so I picked a few surgical electives to do. One was orthopedic surgery and one was urology. I would have loved to try something like ophthalmology or ENT, but the thought of even someone having LASIK on their eyeball creeps me out. So I knew that this microsurgery in the eyes or the ears, nose, throat was not going to work for me. So I signed up for a 2-week orthopedic elective and a 2-week urology elective to follow my 4-week surgical rotation. So I did the orthopedic rotation. It wasn't even a trauma orthopedic rotation. So I wasn't seeing broken bones or anything like that. I was actually seeing infectious disease of the joints. So to most people, they would think that's gross and not really major orthopedic surgery, but I just loved everything about it. I loved that orthopedic had big surgery, small surgery. You could do arthroscopic surgery, you could do microsurgery. Your patients are old, young, men, women, everything. It crosses all of the different demographics. So I loved it, and I decided right then and there I was going to become an orthopedic surgeon. For those of you that don't know, orthopedic surgery is incredibly competitive as some of the other surgical subspecialties, and I just wasn't sure that I had the step 1 score for it, so I decided I was going to take step 2 pretty early. I knew that taking a year off was not going to be the right decision for me, although many people do that. I needed to get involved in research right away, and I needed to get a good letter of rec. The next step was to choosing where I was going to do my sub-internships. For me, that was the most important piece of this. I thought if I can go work at a hospital, show them my dedication, my determination, that I get up early, I stay late, I will do everything possible for our patients, that would overcome an average step 1 score. So I chose very carefully. I also am in California and wanted to stay in California. And California programs are very difficult to get into. Actually, all the geographical areas have their thing. A lot of Midwest programs do not like to interview people from the West and East Coast because they figure you're not going to come to the Midwest. And so I had to be super strategic about where I was going to pick my sub-Is. So I chose my sub-Is. I heard that there was a really prominent children's orthopedic surgeon over at CHLA, Children's Hospital of LA, and I got into his OR and I asked him if I could do research with him, if I could shadow him, not even do a formal rotation, in the hopes of getting a letter of rec. That ended up being one of the smartest decisions I made, because that letter of rec got me to the place that I matched. So stay tuned for part 2 of my match story.